Hello everyone, my name is Isaac of the Wild, and today we are back with a brand new episode of Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Today we've got a lovely final level to the Everbay Coast land. We are actually going to be fighting the boss. How exciting! In the Everbay Coast, we completed a second world, almost done. Before we get started, however, you'll usually be finding coins hiding here's another one, all around the place for us to discover. Oh, was that another one? There's another one, and they're everywhere this time. Look at that. They're all over the place for us to collect. And a hidden treasure road over here that I might have revealed off camera. That's in the corner there. Just keep exploring and you'll find all these secrets. That might be all. Is that all the hidden areas? There's all the hidden areas. So, now, we've actually gotten very prepared. We've got ourselves the car cake as well. We are ready to fight the Tropical Terror. Now, the mission starts, of course, with 4 different hidden missions. And the last 2 of them will fight separately. We'll fight on a second round against the Tropical Terror. And those, as they were last time, beat the boss within 2 minutes and beat the boss without taking any damage. There is a maximum tomato here if you ever need to heal up. And we are offered 3 different power-ups. You can use them if you want. However, one of the missions requires you to beat the boss without using the copy ability. So today, for this one at least, this fight, we're not going to be using any copy abilities. Just like last time you had to use the sword ability, this time it's the copy ability. And what's this? It's just here. We found it. We've won. Hey, we did it. Oh, or not. I guess I was right. This is a boss fight after this. Unfriendly Fronds, Tropic Woods. Now, this fight introduces a few attacks. Of course, we've got ourselves coconut bombs, which, although you can suck up the stars left behind, you can also just use the actual coconuts themselves. The other attack is this spit attack, which leaves behind about 3 different stars that you can use. Now, the Tropic Terror I find is a lot easier than the monkey boss from last time. You can get it down right down to half HP into its second phase really quickly. However, its second phase is actually quite hard. What you want to do is you want to get to the far left or far right, because we have that to deal with. And these roots, which we'll get in our way. Now, as you can see, the roots are actually part of the hidden mission. If you can destroy the roots, usually takes 2 stars to destroy. We won't have any trouble. The roots don't last forever though. Now again, you want to try to get him to spawn this gate just to the side, out of the way. And you want to make sure to dodge these roots, because these roots will cause problems. Now, something to remember is that you can do a lot more damage by shooting multiple stars at once. And here we go with beating the boss. And a little bonus, although we never used the cake, the good thing is we didn't have to use the cake. We beat it without taking any damage. We beat it without using a copy ability, and we've got the Noble Ranger blueprint Isn't that awesome? As you can see, clear within 2 minutes. And on top of all of that, we also beat the stage without taking any damage. Look at that. So, forget what I said before. We don't need to do a second run at this level because this boss fight is way easier, and as long as you know what you're walking into, you can do all of it in one singular go. However, because I've practiced this, you may not have practiced this, I will go through a second way to beat this boss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There is a second way, much easier to beat the last two challenges, the hidden missions that beat it in 2 minutes, beat it without taking any damage. There's a much easier way to do it, which I will show you in a moment. Now, on to the Tropical Terror, where we've got to show the second way, a much easier way to beat it without taking damage and within the 2-minute mark. To do this, we can actually use one of these 3 offered abilities, and we're going to be using the Volcano Fire ability. As you know, it's a very rapid fire ability that does not just lots of damage, but it lingers and does lingering fire damage. So we can use this to our advantage. Hello, friend. Tropic Woods, the unfriendly Fronds. Oh, maybe not a friend. Now, we just want to wait for him to place these down, because otherwise we're going to get hit on the head. Now, you can just rapid fire, because these coconuts cannot damage you while you're firing. You just need to make the fly upwards whenever he goes to blow at you. Now we're already at the second half, and we're going to get pushed all the way back. Of course, we want to go to the very side, so that we don't have to worry about grates. Then, we pretty much just want to stay in the middle where we won't be hurt. And slowly whittle them down. Here we are again. Move to the side, jump up. Go over the things, and the lingering damage can actually kill him. You don't have to do it yourself. And now we've beaten Tropic Woods in very minimal time. It took barely at all, definitely under 2 minutes, and we didn't take any damage. And that is how the other way, the much easier way to beat Tropic Woods, if you don't want to try to do it all at once with no copy ability Kirby. And we gained ourselves a ton of star coins. Now that we've beaten the boss, there is a few things that we actually unlock. First of all, of course, as we beat the boss, we got the blueprint to upgrade the Ranger ability, which is pretty awesome. But we've also got the Wise Waddle Dee. He has arrived in town and he can give you tips and help you find missing blueprints. Now, starting off with this lovely guy. Hey, buddy. How do you do? They call me Wise Waddle Dee. After I landed here, I found this mysterious book. It lists the locations of undiscovered blueprints. It also collects high scores and tons of other info from all around the world. If you'd like to know more, I'd be happy to share. You haven't missed any blueprints thus far. If I read about a new blueprints location, I'll help you find it. This week's world record for the solo gig, easy, is 5,500, and they serve 50 Waddle Dees. So far, the total number of Woofies you've defeated is 148, and a combined total of what the heck? Thousand, million, what, 1 trillion? Wow. Worldwide in a combination. Yeah, sure, we'll hear more. The world record for defeating Tropic Woods is 5 minutes and 23 seconds with the normal ability. Wait, no. That's 5 seconds. That's not 5 minutes, that's 5 seconds. I'm not even going to question how that works. The maximum tomato. And we've collected 5,000 star coins. That's a lot of star coins. No, we will not hear more. But you can go to Wise Waddle Dee whenever you want to get advice, find out online statuses, and help you find blueprints. But we've found them. We're all up to date on that, which is really good. And here's the Waddle Dee's weapon shop. The guy who I just cannot remember the accent of. Whoa, is that a Noble Ranger blueprint? I'm pretty sure I'm sort of close every time, but I think it's always just somewhat or completely far off. I want to make that. Gimme. Alright, let me get my tools ready. Then we'll get this evolution started. It's definitely different from last time, I never remember. And now we can upgrade the Noble to Noble Ranger. Oh, no. Leave you alone. Ranger ability. And of course, as you can see, we have a little bit of a problem. We need 2 star coins to evolve this guy. However, we have yet to grab any star coins. But do not fret, for that is what we are going to be doing today. So we will come back here at the very end of the episode to deal with this. Now, let's go and beat some hidden missions. It's time to do the treasure roads. This will be every treasure road for the Everbay Coast, and we're starting from the lowest level to the highest. Starting with sword treasure. The slash and slice sword trial. You have to beat it within 1 minute using the sword ability. Now, this one, there is a few things that you have to do. It's a lot more precise than the previous treasure roads. And I'll take you through it. To start off, it's going to summon an enemy here, which you want to beat normally, but immediately go into a spin dash. You want to do another spin dash, and you can move around. You can move around during the spin dashes, which is you want to take advantage of to be able to deal the damage of the enemy. With these guys, it's easier to just do them one by one, but whenever you get surrounded, do it like that. These guys, you want to make sure you fight early enough and move out of the way, otherwise you're not going to be able to get these guys in a spin dash. Once these are complete, you'll end up in a boss fight, which you basically just want to worry about complete spin dashes. Now, when he does this, hit him behind, and you'll be able to do a ton of damage and finish him off once he's knocked down. Run over to the Star Gem, and you've completed your first treasure road within a minute, or only a couple seconds as well. Not too difficult, you just need to know what you're doing. You can't just recklessly go in, otherwise you won't beat the time limit. Next on our list is the Tornado Treasure. Tornado Treasure also has a bit of a gimmick. You could, but it's very difficult to beat it within the target time of 30 seconds if you play it normally. What you've got to do is you've got to make some cuts. Now, instead of just strictly following the path, you can fly through the air over voids, which means you can skip a lot of area. And fly really far. through and make it to the star gem. If you do get stuck a little bit, that's okay, because by doing these skips, you have a lot of leeway time. As you see, we beat it within 30 seconds, even though I got caught on that little barred fence right there. Now, onwards to the next treasure road. We're actually going to ignore these 2-star for now, just so we can get the 1-stars out of the way. Next up is drill treasure. Now, with this one, you're using the drill ability. The game will tell you to use Quake Surge, which is very helpful. However, do not get tricked. Do not use it at all times, or you will not be able to beat it properly. Sometimes, you can just pop from under the ground, and it will be just as effective. If you miss one enemy and you have to do it just like that, hit him again, that's completely fine. Here's another point to use Quake Surge. Sometimes you're going to mess up and be a little slow, but that's okay. Because as long as you do it right, you'll have plenty of leeway time. Here, again, whenever you're facing these little orange dudes, you want to use your Quake Surge to continue onwards. And that is all. You get yourself your Star Crystal, and you beat it within 1 minute and 10 seconds. It's not 1 minute. Don't forget that 10. Now, there is in fact another 1-star. However, we're not going to do that yet because this is deceiving. The internet complains over it. It is less 1-star and more 2-star if you know what you're doing. 3-star if you have no idea what you're doing. So we're going to straight jump into a 2-star one. This is normal treasure where you play as the normal Kirby. This one plays around using the invincibility lollipop. The little the special candy that makes you not take any damage. What you want to do is you want to go around a big circle. Don't try to get to the front last. You want to make sure you actually get to the back last. For a very important reason. Doing this one last will first of all give you access the next way, but it will also give you your special no-no candy, which lets you just attack, walk through everything without worrying about taking any damage. And you'll be finished really quickly. And you've beaten it within 30 seconds, the necessary target time. Not all that hard as long as you know how to dodge all those little orange dudes. And there we go. Now we've got 5. Now, on our way to complete all these levels, next we're going to go here. Now next up we've got the Track Room Cutter Treasure. 2 stars. This one can be a little difficult if you don't know what you're doing. However, as long as you play it the way you know it, you'll be completely fine. Staying in the middle will allow them to come back to you and hit both the switches in the right position. You don't have to fight every enemy. Actually, most of them you won't have to even bother with because they really won't be much of a pain. Now remember to stay in the middle, otherwise they're going to go off and it's going to be really annoying. Here you do want to take out these enemies because they will cause you trouble. Here you can take a little bit more of your time, just making sure to wait until a position opens up and jumping through taking out the guys in your way and grabbing yourself the gem. Beating it just within 1 minute. Sometimes you'll do better than I will here. Sometimes you might do even worse, but that's okay. You just gotta give it another try. Next on our list is all the way back over here. We've got, next up is the Volcano Fire Treasure, which we already have. It's a difficulty of 2 and you have to beat it within 1 minute. You have to light up a bunch of lanterns, and it's not that difficult as long as you know which order to light them up with. It's not the type of puzzle where you have to light them up in a certain way. However, you can shave off plenty of time by lighting them up in a certain way. At the very start, you want to ignore this guy because he will just cost you time. However, here, you want to take care of it and go middle, left, right, and you should be able to dodge all the spikes that guy gives you. Here, you can stand pretty much in the middle to dodge those cannonballs and hit them rather quickly. You want to make sure to dodge these spikes because they will cause you problems. If you get knocked off the edge, you will lose too much time and you will probably not be able to beat it. And you can beat it within 1 minute. 56 seconds, and we've got the star coin. The star coin, I meant the star gem. Crystal thing. I really can't decide on a name for those things. Now, next up, we're going to be completing the treasure road over here. Now this is Hammer Treasure. Hammer Treasure, 45 seconds. It should be 3-star. It's way too hard to be 1-star, but I'm gonna get you through this. Now, you pretty much have to get everything perfectly, so if you get hit off or lose some time, you want to reset. Dodging is your best friend in this. There will be a few times where you really want to dodge. In these cases, you just want to avoid the enemies. However, there's a time where you actually want to use your dodge button, which I've shown you in the past. As you can see, I can dodge past enemies like that. Here, you want to ignore these guys because they will not help you. You just want to keep going. Dodging enemies, not worrying about them. And running right up to the star gem. And you should be able to just beat it with only milliseconds before you lose. Dodging is your best friend. Whether it be an actual dodge or just jumping past an enemy. Now that that's complete, we have one last treasure road to finish. This is Stairs Mount Treasure. 3 stars, but you have 1 minute and 45 seconds to do it. You'll want to experiment before you go for the target time. In this case, you can just easily follow what I'm doing. However, if you are going into this blind, you want to experiment. You won't beat it otherwise, unless you're really lucky, I guess. Here, as you can see, we've got a button and some stairs. Now the button does not stay down, meaning you have to use the stairs to hold it down. By pressing all the buttons, they will finally stay down and open up the portal. Here, the first stairs you encounter, you want to get out of the way, because you're going to want to do these two first. Hitting the top corners, you have to move. You wouldn't have been able to fit this stair in unless you move the bottom one right now that we're controlling out of the way. onto the next area, the last. Now, here we actually want to start with this guy up here. And we're going to move him immediately just out of the way. Then, we're going to use this bottom one and move him out of the way as well, just in here, until we can take this little dude and take him to the top. Next up is we're going to take this one here and we're going to move it back into his rightful place up the top here. We're then going to sneak through this little area up here and control this one. And finally, we finish up with this pair of stairs. Taking it all the way over to this corner here. Then we're gonna run for our life all the way up to the top, ignoring this guy pressing the button, getting on the portal, and here is our star gem. And we've now beaten the level within 1 minute and 45 seconds with 6 seconds of, well, more like 5 seconds of leaving time. As long as you do it in the right order, you'll be fine. It gives you plenty of time. And there is your star gem. Now, we've actually completed every single treasure road for this world, which means we can now go back to the Waddle Dee Town. And we can finish up by unlocking their ability with our newly claimed star gems. The brand new ability. If we go over here, we can now find the Ranger ability, which we can upgrade to the Noble Ranger. Using our 2 new star gems that we've just accomplished. Claimed. Here we go. Now we've got Noble Ranger, which looks like, well, like a pirate or a military officer from the Caribbean or something. Oh, nope, didn't mean to click that. Now, this ability, as you can see, we get to dual wield our guns. Being a lot faster and a little bit more powerful. However, just like before, we can hold, but we've got 2 guns this time, which means rapid fire. Instead of it being 1 really powerful shot, we got a ton of pretty powerful shots. This is the lovely new Noble Ranger ability. And with that, we have unlocked all the abilities we can so far. We've got all the blueprints. And this is the end of the video. Next time, we explore the brand new world. How exciting! And what will it give us? We don't know. But we might end up with a brand new companion along the way. See ya!